TV Burp. Pubic lice scare for Rodney on Emmerdale.
Are you sure about this?
We've already been down there once.
But we didn't have all the facts then. We need to comb the whole area again.
Yeah, Spike Lee reworks an old Elton John song on Who Do You Think You Are?
They said, don't let the sun go down on your black ass.
And roast pork overdose on Casualty.
Incident. Roast pork.
When teenage meets old age now, in which teenagers are forced to live with pensioners at Whiteley's retirement home. I'm not sure Esther Nita was going into it with the right attitude.
Just 1 in 5 young people claim to have a good relationship with a person over 65.
The whole atmosphere of an old person is like death.
That's the spirit. This week, they were all heading off to Cornwall, the home of the British surfer.
Have you been surfing before?
Yeah, but I'm not going now.
Yeah, but have you been before?
Oh, when I was a child, we used to surf quite happily. Without boards, we didn't in those days. We used to go without them. We didn't have boards in those days for surfing.
I think you'll find that swimming. I know what she means. In the old days, there were no surfboards. My mum used to use an ironing board. Yeah, she'd just set it up on the beach, she'd lie on it and wait for the tide to come in. There were no water skis either. You just had to use your bare feet. I mean, as it happens, I was pretty good at it. Just put my shoes back on. The residents of Whiteley stepped up to the challenge, though.
She did really well. Oh, she's tipped over now, but she did all right.
It's Whiteley 5-0! Let's just see how Arthur Potts Dawson is getting on with his People's Supermarket.
It seems as if a supermarket that's run for and by its members just doesn't work.
I've been physically, mentally, financially and emotionally destroyed by the shop. It's got me to the point where I don't know what else to do.
Go to Tesco's like the rest of us. Ollie Smith's Secret Supper Club now, and just run the concept past me again, Ollie.
As a food and wine expert, I'm no stranger to fine menus and fancy restaurants, but I'm taking a break from it all to explore an idea about eating that's become my passion. You see, I think a really great meal isn't just about what you eat, but where you eat it.
Yeah, sometimes I have my dinner in the kitchen. Sometimes I have it in the lounge in front of Emmerdale. I ate it on the toilet once, but that Chinese restaurant has since closed down. Part of the concept is to enlist the help of local people.
Really, this is an audition for food. They bring it, I eat it.
Yeah, I might have known you'd be eating it. There was a very touching moment, though, that moved Ollie to tears. I mean, it takes quite a bit to get me to cry, but something like a new life being brought into the world, a child singing Wind Beneath My Wings, that sort of thing. What was it for Ollie?
This spectacular one-man show reveals a touching devotion to a real craft.
I'm a little bit teary. Sorry, that's just a really amazing, delicious cured meat.
Salt water wells in my eye. Ollie is, of course, always eager to make friends, and that can come across as rather clingy.
My hands are fantastic from working with
Give them here. Actually, they are really smooth, I must say. It feels like you've never done a day's work in your life.
See, that sort of clinginess just tends to make people push you away, and two of his new friends came up with a rather unkind nickname for him.
Ladies and gents, we've got a bit of fun. We're going to go from the posh cake to the very rustic campfire toffee apples. And this variety is...
Golden knob.
Yeah, well, he is a bit of one, isn't he? I was fascinated to learn the eating habits of the urban rat on Human Planet this week.
Themselves.
We have to leave the chopsticks till last, else they can't eat the chop suey. I felt sorry for one market trader in India. Never go for a cheap pitch. Yeah, I managed to buy some of it off the macaques. A lovely juicy banana, some oranges. Oi! Oi! Get off! Get off! Get off my fruit! Yeah, we've got an infestation of nuns. I've tried putting traps down, but they're crafty. I was surprised to hear Sir David Attenborough reading from a Barbara Cartland novel on BBC Two this week.
They licked and embraced one another for half an hour.
Of course not. This was Attenborough and the Giant Egg, which found the veteran naturalist revisiting Madagascar, and he's always been a big one for the lists.
One Santites, one Coracopsis, one Roller, 24 Phody, those are like sparrows, 10 chameleons, 6 assorted lizards, 3 boas, 100 myriapods.
2 poppadoms and a pilau rice. And a pint of kingfisher. We learned all sorts from this show, for instance, all about the production of silk.
First of all, the caterpillars of a particular moth are released into the forest. When they change into cocoons, they're collected. Then the silk is unwound from the cocoon and spun into a thread which is dyed and ultimately woven.
I imagine a scheme like that must have created a lot of work for the women of the village. I just hope it includes Marie Razafimala.
The scheme has created work for all the women in the village, including Marie Razafimala.
Oh, good. Well, I know she was keen to get back to work after the baby. The main thrust, though, as the title suggests, was Dave's attempt to find out more about his giant egg.
It is, to me, at any rate, a wonderful object. After all, it's the largest egg ever laid by anything. But what particularly fascinates me is the thought of the bird that laid it. What sort of a creature was it?
A very big one? Imagine that fried up. You never get a piece of toast big enough. Maybe it's the egg that David Attenborough hatched out of. Dave was desperate to know the age of the egg and sent it off for carbon dating.
You took a tiny bit of this, I know.
A very small amount from the back.
And tell me, come on, what's the answer?
Well, our date suggests that this egg is 1,300 years old.
No.
Yes.
Yep. Say it again,
1,300 years old.
And that puts it at what date?
About 600 to 700 AD.
Yeah, actually, there is an easier way. You just use by date. Clumsy me! Being back with the lemurs made Dave reminisce about an old lemur friend of his.
But it's when you see their hands that you realise that they're related to monkeys and to us. These grasping hands. And I've actually had a pet lemur a long, long time ago, and it held onto my hand in the most charming way.
Yeah. Oh, look, a little lemur, and he's holding my hand like we're friends. What?
No! We are friends!
tricked me!
But Harry, please will you come to my secret supper club?
I don't even call it supper, I call it dinner, you great big golden knob!
I thought we had something special!
No, we haven't, and we never will have. It's very odd to see the present-day David Attenborough wandering through the Madagascan forest at the same time as the young David Attenborough.
The spines make this a fairly uncomfortable place to move around in. But eventually we found those browsers.
Yes, now, I like the young black and white David Attenborough. But then I like the modern-day colour David Attenborough, too. Oh, which is better? There's only one way to find out. See you after the break. Come on, old David Attenborough! Welcome back to Keep Your Burp. Drunk Bear on Natural World. Bogey looking good on Bridal Plasty.
This is not looking good.
And Owl very eager to please its owner on the lakes.
Fully grown and he'll be fully feathered, and then he'll be capable of starting his training.
I was very grateful to Jenny Frost on Snog, Marry, Avoid this week for her advice on dealing with piles, and I quickly passed on her advice to my nan.
But what if you haven't got any hemorrhoid cream handy? No problem. All you need is a raw potato and a cheese grater.
All right, Nan? Yeah. You finished with that cheese grater? Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yes. Oh. Parmesan. On coach trip this week, the coach trippers were in Geneva, and my favourite couple were Darren and Mary. There's a slight age gap, and it turns out they met on the internet. Of course, the beauty of internet dating is you can collect up the responses from all the ladies who reply and take your time deciding on those you want to reply to, and then, based on that, work out which of those to take to the next stage and maybe meet.
Meet new couple, husband and wife, Mary and Darren.
We actually met on an internet dating site. She was the first person to contact me, and I just contacted her straight away.
Or just marry the first one who gets in touch. I can see why Darren fell for her, though. She's got a lovely, infectious laugh.
I'm a kid again.
Oh, where's that carrot? No, but she's terribly supportive of her fella, as Darren found out when he took part in a short race.
Last but not least is Mr. Muscle, Darren.
Whoa, she's highly competitive.
Now, guys, I can't help
First person to contact him. But in many ways, they complement each other perfectly.
There's such a difference between the two of you. You know, you're two extremes, really.
Darren is quiet, I'm the loud one, and, you know, it's sort of, I bring Darren out of his shell and he brings me out of mine, don't you?
You don't need bringing out your shell.
No, you need cramming back into it. Which brings us to our understated okay of the week.
Understated okay of the week.
Can't give you credit for your pasta because Chef helped you so much with it. But your filling's nice.
Okay.
Understated okay of the week.
EastEnders now, and Shirley was intent on pleasing Phil by offering him, well, not sure.
Come on, Ev's my mate. She needs me. If you let her stay, I'll do that special thing you like.
My wife was trying to please me the other night by offering me that special thing I like, and I have to say it was very pleasing. Yeah. Fish fingers, chips and peas in bed in front of Antiques Roadshow. Heaven. And I know what you're thinking. What was for pudding, Harry? Mind your own business. But what was it that Shirley was offering?
Take more than that. All right. Then what if... you are a highly disturbed individual?
No, I couldn't hear it, yeah. Let's turn up the volume and have another listen.
If?
Fish fingers, chips and peas. On Louis Spencer's show business this week, Andrew Stone explained how dancing had helped him.
Glory.
I think dance has taught me so much. I think when I came out of my training, I was in a position where I felt almost like superhuman. I would be in my room and things would fall off the shelf and I'd catch them without even looking because I'm just so spatially aware.
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah. Not yet. Yes, dance, it seems, had also helped him in other departments.
It's definitely helped me with my confidence. It's helped me with relating to people. It's helped me sexually, being open.
Close sesame. Now, have you ever wondered what Tommy Cooper would have been like if he'd been black?
I like to think of myself as a panther, right? As in, like, just springing out at you and saying, you got talent, ripping you in, signing you up, moving you on.
Superstar agent Colin Evans was back on Louis Spencer's show business, and he's picked up a hot new act, a grime act. What's his name?
Agent Colin has added a contemporary twist to the video in the form of up-and-coming grime artiste Styler.
That's my man. Hello. Better not let my husband see this, eh? Be in big trouble.
Styler, okay, yeah.
Me, Styler. 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 My name's Styler. 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 I'm the best guy. Styler.
No, I've forgotten it now. Of course, Colin is also handling singing duo Rich and Famous, David Van Day and his Mrs. Sue Moxley. Colin was charged with organising the video for their latest single.
The original concept was to have it in a nightclub in central London, but now we've decided to have it out in Essex in a burger bar out in a car park.
There's no business I show business. I was thrilled to see that Love Thy Neighbour is back on TV. No, it's not the sitcom from the 70s. It's a new reality show where you get to choose your neighbours.
If you could choose your neighbours, who would you want next door? And why?
I'd probably choose David Attenborough, because he's abroad a lot, and Ollie Willoughby, because there's actually a hole through from my spare bedroom into next door's bathroom. If you stand on a box, you go... Now, the idea is that various couples compete to win a house in the picturesque Yorkshire village of Grassington. Now, just because it's an isolated rural community, don't go away with the idea that it's anything but open-minded and offering a great northern welcome.
We don't like people who are too pushy and in your face.
Some people are still a little bit scared of gays.
We don't want anybody who is going to be on benefits.
There's a lot of people who get startled when they see a black face.
Neighbours, everybody. One of the couples was Steve and Nikki, who seemed to be very much in love.
Steve has been living in Nikki's Birmingham home for a year.
We love each other. Don't we? I think anybody's only got to look at me and you together to realise that we've got passion, zest and all the rest of it, don't you?
If I were you, mate, I'd start saving up. But the star of the show for me was local R&B type MC Mel.
The master of ceremonies is Mel, chairman of the village hall.
Boys and girls, let's make a round of applause for Mr. Chris!
MC Mel, coming at ya.
Please put your hands together for Mel!
Make some noise, it's MC Mel.
Are we all sitting comfortably?
See, I'd really like to have got MC Mel on the show, but I don't know who his agent is.
Hello, Harry.
Hey.
You can have him for 40 quid.
30.
Let's call it 20. You got yourself a deal.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's MC Mel.
You can't touch this. You can't touch this. You can't touch this.
My music hits me so hard, makes me say, oh my Lord, thank you for blessing me, for my surrounding too happy. It feels good when you know you're down, super dope from the whole time. I know the such, and this is a beat I can't touch. Style, can't touch this.
You can't touch this.
Well, that's all from us. Good night.
And you might like to know that Harry Hill's TV Burp Gold 3 is available now on DVD. It's live and loud and just, well, brilliant. Ant and Dec are here after the break with Push the Button for your Saturday night on ITV1.
Well, this is not exactly what I envisaged. This is not exactly what I expected.